Welcome back, folks, to the Kerbal Space Program, where today we're going to be doing some experimental designs. But no one ever said that science was hampered by experimental designs. On the contrary, experimenting is how everything is done. So, let's build some experimental ships. And by experimental, they're probably just going to violently explode, aren't they? No, of course not. They're going to be absolutely fine. Like, why would you doubt that these ships are going to be fantastic? So let's build the standard bit that every ship requires. It all requires that, and heck, let's put an RCS thruster on it too. Some RCS on it, because not that big. Wow, before you actually get down to putting in an SAS module and everything, you've actually put a lot on a ship, haven't you? And while we're here, we'll put a tiny little fuel engine on it. Like, not that tiny. A minuscule little fuel engine, a tiny little engine, and a tiny bit of utility. Let's have a look. How about some solar panels? Like, let's get angle snap on here. And we'll put some landing legs on it. How about these smaller ones? How about them? There. Because I'm totally expecting this thing to get to the moon. What about you? What do you mean you don't think it's going to do it? Not as it is? Well, it might not. But we're going to add awesome things onto it, which means that there is no possible way that it won't make it. This will be the greatest spaceship you've ever seen. And because I've got caps lock on from fine controls, let's change it to Experiment Alpha. What kind of experiment are we talking about? Fantastic, successful ones. Because we've always had problems with rotational thrust, haven't we? We've always had a problem in the sense that thrust has always had difficulty without SAS. So, like, we build a ship and it will destabilize. So, I'm not going to have SAS on this segment. Don't need it. And this bit is only going to have 4 secondary rockets. It's only going to have these small little rockets here. Like that. And we're going to stick these on with some space tape, aren't we? There we go. And we'll stick them onto the top there, like that. We're doing good. Now, what, may you think, is my idea? Well, my idea is simple. If we have an issue with rotation, surely the best thing to do is to stick... You see where I'm going here, don't you? Is to stick boosters on the side of the ship. There you go. Look at that. That is fantastically stupendous. And I don't see this ship going wrong in any shape or form. So it'll have the solid boosters and that. Then that. Then these break off when they're done. And then a single thruster. Brilliant. And it won't be Jebediah, because Jebediah is safe. It's Bill Kerman. Everybody loves Bill, and it's a night mission. Let's wait till it's day, shall we? Can we wait till it's day? We can. There we go. The sun is shining. Jebediah is watching on in interest. And 3, 2, 1. I get the feeling I should have started thrusting. But hey, he's not dead. Let's great. Okay, let's restart. This time, we'll have thrust going. Because I totally forgot to put thrust on the ship. And it's still night. Why has it gone back to being night? I don't quite know. However, thrust this time. And go! Oh, look at that! Look at it! Look at... You spin me right round, baby, right round like a Kerman, right round, round, round. I think it's time to eject, Bill. Bill? Bill? Oh, look at that sudden, miraculous save there. Oh, jeez. There's bits of ship everywhere. Okay, so clearly we have an issue there. However, if we were to add, I don't know, another small fuel tank like that, slightly bigger. How about if we were to add that on? Okay, and then you see where I'm going here, folks. We add another one on the side, and then we add 4 more solid boosters facing the other way. Like that. I think this is going to be perfectly successful. And we'll be able to have an extremely solid and stable ship that in no way, shape or form is going to have any issues. See, there we go, now it's daytime. Hey Bill, you're back, I see. Which ones? Those are there. What ones are they? They are those ones. So the ship is wobbling uncomfortably. Look at that. Wobbling quite a lot, actually. Oh well. Max thrust. Engage! Would you believe this thing's actually... Well, it was for a moment staying upright. Now it's kind of flying around. Oh, something exploded. Oh! Oh, this ain't good. Come on, right yourself. You can do it, Bill. Come on, I believe in you. We're gonna get this thing flying. It's going to... Jettison! No! No, Bill! Bill! Clearly this design needs some work. Perhaps I'm doing this wrong. Maybe these ones need instead to be on here. Like that. What could possibly go wrong here? I'm trying to come up with ideas for an alternate sort of balancing system. Oh, to Bob Kerman now. Bill unfortunately had a slight accident, Bob, so it's all up to you now. Okay, move those onto there like that, and put them there, and fire these off at the same time, I imagine. Oh god, it's shaking a lot. Go! Look at that! Look at that! Okay, bits are falling off, but it's going up. And the solid fuel booster there is overheating. That exploded. But look at it fly! And other bits aren't falling off. It's brilliant! It's fantastic! Okay. But look at that! A proper takeoff. A proper takeoff. And look how high up we are. We're 11,000 meters. We, in theory, could start... We could start thrusting and actually get into space with this. I want to see if we can. I want to see if we can get into orbit using that wonderful design that I have just made. And I bet we can do it. I bet it's possible. I bet that we can, in fact, get into orbit using it. Who cares if we can't do anything when we're there, but... 100,000. Stop when you get to 100. Boom. And we still have a fair amount of fuel left. Look at that! Would you even believe that that thing is able to actually stabilize the ship? I don't even think the stages went off correctly. Like, I'm sure we had far more fuel than we were letting on there. Or bits just fell off quite spectacularly, but, you know, look at that. There's Jeb. We're soon going to be in space. In fact, we're in space right now. Like, we are now in space. That is a, dare I say it, highly inefficient, highly ineffective, and yet completely successful method of entering the upper atmosphere. I mean, is this thing actually going to get into orbit? I mean, maybe? But the fact that we tried, folks, the fact that we tried, and the fact that beyond all hope, we actually had some success, just goes to show how silly science can be sometimes. Look, folks, at that. Using this design, I have created a stable orbit. We could probably use this vessel to get to the moon. Could use this vessel to get to the moon, or at least in orbit of it. Because we still have a lot of fuel left in this thing, like 312 litres. Look at that! I wanted to make some silly ships, and I've made something that works. Ha! Who'd have thought? You're staying up there, Bob. Well done. Your ship is a categorical success. But we're not done. We are not done at all. There's one other ship I want to build. I want to see how many thrusters it would need to take me to get into orbit. It's pretty much the same deal. The same core pod. If it's the same core pod, I really should load up Experimental Alpha 2, shouldn't I? Hang on. Hang on. I didn't actually save that properly, did I? Let's get it so it can be saved. There you are, you glorious success story, you. There. Now. Delete all this, and we're going to go to experimental beta. Pretty much now, I'm going to have a solid booster. A big one? No, probably not. A small one, I think. Like that. And then off that, we're going to have 8 structural decouplers. Do 8 even fit? Yes. And on those 8 are going to be 8 more pods. lower than the ship. And on those 8 are going to be 8 more solid boosters. A little lower. And on those 8 are going to be 8 more boosters. We can do this, folks. It's like a star, shining brightly. The successes of the Kerbal space program. Except those successes are normally marred with extreme amounts of failure. Oh, but we're not done yet. Oh no, we could put more boosters in. Like that. Now I think you see where I'm going with this. We're just going to have a massive amount of solid boosters, and we're going to see how high we can go with these. How far will this take our intrepid Kerbal explorers? Can we get up into the vacuum with this design? We shall see, won't we? But we do need a lot of space tape for it. No, actually, we don't need a lot of space tape for it right now. And we're going to fire off every single thruster at once. None of this silly mamby-pamby stuff of not having thrusters firing. I'm firing every single thruster at once. Like that. And then we'll have all of the decouplers go at once. Because they're all going to run out of fuel at once, so why not just have all of the decouplers go at once? Like that. Well, with the exception of this one. This one has its own stage. Because it has to. But experimental beta, go! It's perfect! Will it even fit on the landing pad? That's another question. Tom Kerman! Sir, you have the dubious honour of piloting this beta experimental rocket. It's perfect. Brilliant! We're accelerating at massive speeds. Tom, you shall be in orbit before you can say lickety-splickety. I do not see anything that is possibly going wrong. Ignore the fact that they're starting to turn a very odd red colour. Notice only some of them are going red, actually. I don't think they're going to overheat before they take off. It's spinning quite wildly. It's spinning very wildly. Fireball! Oh my word! Did you see that? Did you see that? It actually took off. Look at how high up we are. 70,000 meters. 70,000. 90,000. 100,000. Like, look at that. Look at that. We've got a 200,000 meter apoapsis. I am vaguely curious. Can we achieve orbit with this? Probably not. I probably don't have enough fuel on the top stage. However, look at how easily it moves. Dear word, I'm going to need to find... Oh, wow. This thing... Yeah, let's slow down time slightly. And let's thrust. I cannot believe that we have actually managed to do something as spectacular as design a purely ridiculous launch. I mean, if you put more fuel on this, if it had not 90 but say 180, you could probably actually use this thing to make an orbit. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, look at this. I'm probably actually going to get pretty close now. And this is with 90 litres of fuel in a pokey little engine. We're getting close. Yeah, I think with more fuel, that would actually work. Like, more fuel on this stage, you could get into orbit with that. Yeah, you'd probably be vomiting everywhere on the inside of the capsule because of the fact that, it's spinning so wildly, but, you know, you could do it. You could actually do it. Like, this is not going to make it, because it just doesn't have enough fuel. However, look at how close it got. Ship is no longer... Stop throttling. You, Tom, are going to live to survive another day. To fly another day. The couple! Goodbye, bit of ship. We had no need for you. We shall now burn back up in the atmosphere. Like the burning ball of fire we left the atmosphere as. And we'll activate this at 2000. And we should be good. There we go. Oh. We won't be good, Tom. I have some bad news for you. Kinda misaligned the... yeah. But this is good. I mean... going to alter it now slightly. I mean... might as well. Just attach a bit more fuel to the top and... there you go. I think you've got a winner there. Really, I think this thing could quite easily get out to space. In fact, I would go as far as to say that that thing could probably get to orbit in the moon. Why doesn't it want to do that? Is it going to crash? Game. There! Experimental beta. That could probably do it. That could probably get to the moon. I think one more design now. One more. Once again, orbit. What kind of orbit do we want? Clearly, we want the longest rocket we possibly can get. The longest possible rocket. With the strongest possible engine. I think this rocket needs to be longer. I don't know about you. I think this rocket needs to be much longer. There we go. I suppose we'll add a parachute onto the end. And I suppose we'll add a decoupler. Is that an SAS module? We'll have one SAS module. We don't need more. This ship looks fantastic. There is no possible way that this ship will fail. Like, how can this ship possibly go wrong? I'm being serious. Kiri Kerman, you're piloting the greatest ship known to man. Don't breathe. If you breathe, it will go wrong. We don't really have a lot of thrust going on here. I'm thrusting as strong as I possibly can, and it's not working. Come on! Maybe once I've burnt some fuel off, we'll be able to take off. I don't even need the SAS module on. Kiri's loving it! Come on, we went through a whole tank here, and we couldn't take off. We could wobble, however. Clearly I need a more powerful engine on at the end. Clearly I need a much more powerful engine. Yeah, it's still just wobbling slightly. We're still at... We got 97 meters into the air, though. Let's try... tilting. We can't roll. We can't pitch. We can't do anything. Yeah, I think this thing needs more thrust. And to that regard, we're going to change the engine on the bottom. Clearly we need an engine like this. Clearly we need an engine like that on it. That is exactly what we need. A massive engine on a ridiculous column stick ship. There we go. There we go! We have liftoff! Perfect! It's wobbling slightly, but seems okay otherwise. Sky Needle, poking the heavens with prickly doom. Let's try and get stable here. Look at that. Be able to get moderately high there. 30-odd thousand feet. Clearly, if it can lift this up, we need more fuel. If it can lift this up, we need more fuel. Because we only managed to get an output of 160,000. Heck, we need this thing to be taller. Clearly, I'm missing something here. We need more fuel. We need a lot more fuel. We need more fuel than you could possibly handle. We need so much fuel that we physically run out of space to put fuel on. Can we put more fuel on? No! That is it! We cannot physically have more fuel. No, I think if we stuck a smaller pod in, we could squeeze in a bit... No, we could squeeze in more fuel. We could squeeze in loads more fuel, apparently. The game will let us. Will it let us now? Yep, apparently it just clips through the bottom. Yeah, I think we can put more fuel on them. One SAS module better be good at what it does. Yep, it'll let us do it. If it'll let us do it, I'm gonna launch it. Kiri Kerman. There we go. We are 190 meters in the air. And I think, folks, we need liftoff. Okay, it's a bit wobbly. It's very wobbly. Wiggly worms, you just can't catch 'em. Wiggly worms. You just can't catch 'em. We're burning through fuel quite quickly as well. But who cares about that? Look at this fantastic ship! Well, we're not going to thrust too hard, are we? I mean, look at this. It's veering slightly to the right, but otherwise, I see no objection to this. This seems perfect. Seems like the greatest craft anyone has ever built, ever. Look at him! He's... Oh god, Kiri is not looking happy. Maybe it's the fact that the vessel is very slightly veering to the side in sort of an uncomfortable manner. But it's okay, Kiri. We're gonna start altering your trajectory now, so we can get ready for an orbit. You know, oh god, it's spinning. It's not spinning anymore. It's wiggling though. Dear word, is it wiggling? It's wiggling a lot. Come on, we can alter this course. An apoapsis of not a whole lot. But it's not snapped. I thought this thing would snap. Clearly I'm wrong. Look at it. Brilliant ship. It's like giants playing javelin. You stuck a rocket to your javelin? That's cheating. Well, I'll do whatever I like. I'm a titan. I'll do what I want. And thus, the space race was born. Because they thought if I stick one of these tiny people on the end of the javelin, he could go into the place where the gods are. And look at that! Look at that! We've actually managed to get into the atmosphere with the Sky Needle. I mean, what we're actually going to do when we get there is another kettle of fish, but I don't think the Kerbals have fish, so... Oh dear word, it is so hard to pilot this thing. Oh god, it's no good. It's just too long and there's only one SAS module. There's just one. Come on. You can flatten. You can flatten. Come on. It's like You Can Fly, except you can flatten. It's a different song. It was on the B-side. Wasn't that popular? Are we in the atmosphere? Are we out of atmosphere? Are we in orbit? We're in orbit. Let's see how far we can get. Let's see how far we can get with the wibble thing here. How far can we make this orbit? Oh my Jiminy! Hold the phone. $40,000? If we'd have had a few more fuel pods on here, we actually could have made an orbit. Just added like 3 or 4 more. And we'd be fine. I think this ship is a monumental success. Look at that. We got it straight into orbit. We had about a 150-meter head start, yes, but we got it into orbit. Well, we didn't get it into orbit. We nearly got it into orbit, though. We don't have any secret fuel squirreled away, do we? If I had one more tiny pod on the top, we probably could have done it. So, folks, these are my experimental designs. They are fantastic. They are brilliant. And I invite you to make experimental designs of your own. What do you think, Jebediah? Do you think these designs are going somewhere? Jebediah, the wise scholar that he is, has nothing to say. Nothing to say at all. So, I'm Kikoskia. Those were some experimental designs. And when we come back, perhaps we shall look to that other moon in the sky. Maybe. Till then, folks, I'll catch you later. I'll see you then. Say bye, Jebediah. The silent type, I see. See you later.